Hello everyone, this is Bhupen Sharma, and in this video we are going to discuss about using a YAML instead of a properties file. So let's get started. So YAML is another format of it's alternate to the properties file, and Spring Boot automatically supports YAML if you have a snake YAML library to your class path. YAML is good for hierarchical property storage, and the profile specific storage means you can create a profile very easily with compared to .properties file. So Spring Framework provide two convenient classes that can be used to load YAML document. Now, one is YAML property factory bean, which load YAML as a property, and one is YAML map factory bean load as a map where you have multiple profiles. You don't have to use those beans straight away because most of the time you don't have to phase these beans or you have to modify these beans. It's behind the scene. So what are the shortcomings of the YAML file? So if you want to use a property source annotation where you'd want to refer your any property, specific property to external source or internal source within the class path, then YAML is not the right option. So there you have to use properties file. Apart from that, YAML supports every other feature the way the property supports, and it has more convenient way actually. So let's run through a sample project and then understand how YAML works. So this is the project that I have created from Spring Initializer UI, and I have copied everything that we have done until last demo where we talk about properties, the hierarchy approach, the injection approach, different endpoints. So everything is there in this, so we can proceed further and understand how to use YAML. So what I'm going to do is that we know this is my property. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create another file called application.yml. Now this YAML file and property file has difference. So if you know how to write server.port, I'll say 1990, and then we have default.course, so I'll say default course name, and then we have another one is chapter count. So name and chapter count is 3, name is SAP HANA. So I'm just converting our existing property file into a YAML. So let's run through a course. So course name, chapter count, rating, author. So it will be a name, chapter count. I think this is the one, chapter count. Let's put the same, chapter count, rating, author. So name will be AWS and Docker, and rest of things will be easy. 45, it'll be 5, and myself, Bhupen. So I just created convert a property into YAML. Let's remove the property file now and see how it works out. So I have now YAML. As soon as you put application.yml, your Spring Boot automatically recognize it and map it up. So let's try to compile this project. Terminal. Let's compile this project. Domain clean compile. And then run this project again. Spring Boot sorry, colon run. So it's started. Now let's check in Postman and our. So this was the last time when I checked the hierarchy of endpoint. So let's try to check again and then see whether it is same. Yep, I get the same response. Just to have a verification, I can say that AWS, Docker, and Mesos, just to make sure that it is referencing to the correct YAML file. So let's clean it, then run it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and then it came here. Okay, so this is how we convert the properties versus YAML works. Now when it comes to hierarchy, where you want, not before hierarchy, let's talk about how we're gonna work with the profile specific, how we create a profile in YAML file. So first thing that we need to do is we need to tell which is the default profile that we need to pick. So Spring, then I say profile, and then I say dot active. I can use this. Yep, and I'll say QA instead of dev. Now this is one. How you're going to reference it, having a 3 lines, and it will tell whether these properties belong below, this properties belongs to a particular profile. Now how we define that profile, let's say, so Spring dot profile and say def. So these properties will be part of a dev profile like that, and then I can have a same to say QA, and I'll say 91 91. I'll put underscore everywhere just to have, so 0 50 underscore just to have differentiation between QA profile and dev profile. Now I know that my active profile is QA, so if I compile and run it, it should pick the QA profile. Yep, it picked the QA profile correctly, and it got failed. So let's see what is the failure reason. It's failed to start. Connector configure to listen on page. Port 9191. Ooh. Let's say 1991. That way. Yeah. So 1991. And now I should have the same, but with underscore or zeros at the end. So I have zeros at the end and underscore. So it picked from the QA profile. That's all for this video. Thanks, guys.